Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Out of Stand Nation. Today, we got the whole crew today. And what you guys say hi, guys?
Yo.
Hello.
What's up?
All right. So, first topic of today, Bvndit with their debut, Hocus Pocus. What do you guys think?
I liked it.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I actually wasn't really looking all that forward to it. I didn't really catch on to all the hype and whatnot. Then I watched it. I was pretty surprised. Yeah, I like it. So, Nick, why don't you go ahead and break it down a bit more?
So
not too deep though.
I got you. I saw that last video. I got you.
Okay.
So I think definitely, the beat was really interesting, and then they added a lot of variation with rhythm, and so that really drew me in as a listener. And I think that's great and something that a lot more groups should be doing. We saw for example, we saw G-Idol do it with Senorita with Soyeon's rap.
Mm-hmm.
Something where it's very offbeat, where it's very kind of outside the box of what you should do as a group was really great to see from them.
So would you say? So is that what contributes to the freshness of the sound? Try to break it down into more layman's terms.
Some of that contributes to that what makes it sound really fresh. Another thing is that they went with these really high pitched sounds in the song, and that contributes to a more fresh feel because we're getting back into summer, and so these summery kind of concepts are going to come out. We're going to see a lot more tropical house. We're going to see a lot more slower songs. We're not going to see as hard hitting songs. All of that is going to contribute to these summery vibes and these fresh air type of vibes, as I like to call them.
Yeah, I could actually listen to this all summer to be honest.
Yeah, that's exactly the appeal point of all of this, because it's as it is spring now. Well, spring for some of us. Where I'm at, it's still snowing, but
demon powder.
Yeah. So, for a lot of us, as we're transitioning to these warmer months, they're just kind of leading the trend here a little bit, and it's really nice.
I definitely like that with that beat. The tempo wasn't too fast. It still had a bit of a kind of a chill vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely liked a lot of that. And what do you guys think of the visuals?
So I guess I should say something for this, but I actually really liked it. The girls definitely did stand out really well. They didn't blend into the background. The camera really did put the girls as the main focal point, which was, dang it, I'm gonna use this word, amazing. So it definitely fit really well. And then so. People have said that this is a girl crush group, correct?
Yeah, I wasn't really I could kind of see that, but I wasn't really feeling that myself.
Yeah. So
at the same time,
because if this is a girl crush group, if this is what other people have been saying, this is what I've read. If the group itself is a girl crush, I think that this is a really interesting take, because you notice how it's not so many dark colors as most girl crush groups usually go for. This is a much lighter, more fresher kind of look for a girl crush group comparatively, especially compared to the ones that we've seen lately. And I find that really interesting.
Yeah, and to kind of build off of that as well, typically with girl crush concepts, you see a bit more of an aggressive image as well, a bit more attitude. You don't really see that in this episode or in this music video.
Exactly.
And with the way they were dressed and the image that they portrayed, it was really more along the lines of yes, they're confident. They're confident. A bit more upbeat, but not like that super happy upbeat. Mm-hmm. So yeah, for sure, I think it's a good take. I like it, and I don't know the colors. Yeah, going back to the colors, man. Again, going from, that spring to summer color palette, and that definitely helps contribute to the freshness of the feel.
Exactly. Right?
Absolutely.
What about you, Bang?
And yeah, I was about to say, Bang, why don't you go ahead and give us your take on it?
I didn't really look into them prior to before they debuted and all this other stuff, and wasn't like waiting for them. So when I actually saw the video, it wasn't really hyped or anything like too exciting for me. I thought it was just a normal, there's nothing bad about it, but I didn't think there's anything super good about it that I liked.
Okay.
That's kind of my take on it.
So it didn't really stand out to you?
No, I mean, yeah, the beat was, you know, like, I guess irregular, if you could say that. Like, it had a fresh, decent beat that you don't really hear, but there wasn't really anything too exciting that popped out for me to make me want to watch the video again or listen to it multiple times.
Okay. I mean, so from the title itself, from the music video, Hocus Pocus, I kind of thought it'd be more of a Halloween feel, to be honest. I thought maybe witches, sorcery, Disney movie, Hocus Pocus, you know. I kind of thought.
I wonder, do you watch a lot of Disney movies?
To be honest, not really. So I'll watch it with. So I've watched some with my like nieces and nephews, and it just for some reason just like Hakuna Matata, Lion King.
Yeah, Hakuna Matata. You I think it's like the fourth time that you mentioned you made a Disney reference in an episode,
right? But like, so Hakuna Matata straight off the bat, Lion King. Then the whole Aladdin feel I brought up twice, and then there's Now, which is Hocus Pocus, which was a Halloween Disney movie, but that's literally the title, Hocus Pocus. I mean, I don't watch a lot, but I've watched enough that for some reason it so happens that it relates to what I've seen in K-pop for the last couple of months.
Okay. Yeah, so at the moment, the music video, it's doing fairly well. It's at 750,000 views, which it's not going to be like the, record-shattering highlights that we're used to seeing so far this year. But as far as for a debut group, I mean, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Have you seen the stage show of it?
I have not.
The dance is actually really good. It's well done. The choreography, like, it isn't, I wouldn't say it's super complicated, but it's really well done for a debut choreo.
And for the label, it's is that Stone Music?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say that this is pretty much as you could expect from Stone Music. I think it's a pretty solid debut. The group's got some pretty good fundamentals, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what they come up with next.
Oh yeah. And if they are, as people have said, that they are a girl crush group, I am looking forward how they take the girl crush concept.
I honestly wouldn't be that surprised if they take it in a different direction.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, Nick, why don't you go ahead and introduce the next piece?
So the next piece that we had over the recent course is G-Friend's Eunha did I guess, what is it, Pepsi project technically?
Yep. With Ravi.
With Ravi, yeah, and that was definitely interesting.
It was.
June, why don't you give us your thoughts on that?
Oh, we were saying Bang?
I didn't say anything.
That was
I thought
me.
someone was saying something. Oh, what were you saying?
I just said it was interesting. It was an interesting video. But you go first, Jihoon.
I'm not a fan of the vocals.
No?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not to say that I don't like those type of like wispy sounds. For me, it needs a bit more accommodation, like from the music and whatnot. Because I've liked songs with similar type of vocals, but the musical accompaniment just didn't really. I didn't feel like it packaged it well enough for me. So, with that, I was kind of let down, to be honest, by the song itself.
Okay.
So, as for the music video itself, I like the imagery. Just like you said, with it being a kind of a Pepsi project, the ad placement was kind of pretty out there.
It was very in your face.
Yeah.
With the visuals, like you obviously you saw Pepsi all over the place. But if you also looked at like the clothing, the lighting, everything had
It was very springtimey.
well, not only that, but everything also really had a blue hue, if you noticed.
Yeah,
Which very
blue
much,
and pink. Well, I guess you could say like lavender. I kind of feel like more of a lavender type of hue.
a little bit. It was more in the bluish range. Anywhere in the bluish range. Obviously, to help further push Pepsi, which I kind of actually found it funny. I was like, this is kind of hilarious, because I thought in my head I was thinking could do a K-drama, Blossom, The Road of Pepsi Love. Corny, I know.
Yeah, I mean with that tint as well, it could also help kind of push that feel of the song as well. I mean, it was a bit more of a calm, serene type of feel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't a bad song. It wasn't. It didn't grab me.
Yeah.
No.
For me, like for the musical part, I actually like the contrast between like Eunha's voice and Ravi's voice. Like how hers was kind of a lighter, dreamier kind of voice, while his was a deeper. I don't know, like all the bass or I don't know, but his voice contrasted hers very well. That's kind of what I liked about the song, but. Other than that, I don't understand anything about music theory for that. That's why we have Nick.
Yeah. What you got, Nick?
As far as the music theory goes, it was pretty how to put it, standard. I think standard's a fine word for this.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it was your usual like stuff that you would hear in kind of what you would expect from K-pop, right? You would expect the normal. I don't even know how to put it. There's not really like an easy way to talk about it for the most part. It was just simple in aspect, which I think suited like Eunha's voice very well.
Yes.
And for this type of song as well, it should be simple.
Mm-hmm.
Had they had someone with a much more powerful voice, I think it would have been like a mismatch almost for the song. Had they had somebody with a powerful voice like
Yuju or
Chungha, for example,
yeah,
where her voice is much more hard hitting than Eunha's is.
Yeah.
That is, her voice made it a great match for that song. And like Aura was talking about, the contrast between the two was really well done as well. Whoever mixed that, I want their number because that was great mixing.
Yeah.
All right, and Bang, what you got, man?
Skip me. But I didn't even hear or listen to any of it, and there's so much yelling going on in the background.
Alright.
Okay.
So, next thing.
How about we move on to the next piece? So BTS, when did this music video come out? Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yesterday.
Boy with Love featuring Halsey. Currently at 104 million views already. Nick, what was the 24-hour view range?
So the hit within 24 hours, it hit 96 million views, and that completely obliterated Blackpink's record of 56 million or 54 million or something like that within 24 hours. So I think this record is going to be long-standing for quite a while.
I don't think anyone can come close anytime soon.
I think the only people able to come close is BTS themselves. Armies are something else.
Oh, they are on a whole nother level. Like, I gotta give them props.
Armies. I think definitely the two fan bases that are just like nothing else is Armies and Blinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're crazy with how hard they go streaming MVs.
Yeah.
So could you imagine if they did a collab?
Oh no! Just stop.
They would break the internet.
It would actually like. I think it was for Idol, but the last time BTS came back for Idol, yeah, I think it was Idol. They actually YouTube went down temporarily.
I remember that.
Because so many people were getting onto YouTube servers looking for BTS's comeback right when it dropped. And it's definitely like now you could definitely tell that they beefed up the servers for BTS comebacks because they're fully expecting it.
Oh, yeah.
I can kind of imagine like YouTube staff would like, oh no, BTS has a comeback. Beef up surface. Beef up the surface.
Code Red. Code Red. BTS comeback incoming.
It's like that gif of the guy who's just like, oh no 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 no. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. What they're doing whenever BTS is like, hey, we're having come back on this date.
Yeah. So what do you think of the song itself?
More money. I thought the song was strangely, well, not strangely, but unsurprisingly American pop.
Yeah.
It was, without getting too technical, it followed the same algorithm that American pop does almost to a T.
Okay.
Okay.
It was almost like if you took an American song and sung it in Korean.
Okay.
And I say that with full respect to BTS, because I know they work hard to produce their songs, but it was just very evident that they were trying to cater to the American market, which I mean, it's a smart choice from a business perspective, because the American market is huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which we talked
It's
about.
bigger than the rest of the world.
Blackpink episode.
Which we talked about previously.
Yeah.
The issue is that when you have fans of K-pop, they get used to they get used to the Korean algorithm for songs, which is very different than American pop. Anyone that listens to K-pop and American pop knows that they're very different algorithms for success.
Yeah.
And it's evident that it was very much leaning more towards the American side of production and all of that, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they just they took MV concepts and just kind of threw it out the window. I'm pretty sure they didn't even run with an MV concept on this one. And they used to do that back in their older videos. But it's kind of gone now.
I mean, I remember them seeing that with, I believe, Boys in Love, or I think it was Boys in Love, or was it? Because it had two names for that one, I think.
Yeah, so they used to run concepts a lot, and they're and they ran them really well, and that was the very Korean algorithm for MVs. Right. And it's just from a K-pop fan perspective, it's unfortunate to see them kind of go that route. But I mean, I can also understand why. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, now, everything about this too is kind of set up for, because building up, everything leading up to this event, we've seen him promote across the American media for a lot, pretty much all of last year, right? They had all these American TV show appearances. Did they have a concert last year?
Yeah, I think so.
Concert tour in America? I
think so.
So they had that.
I'm pretty sure.
They hosted what was that, American Music Awards, or they hosted something in America last year.
And then they were on Ellen.
Yep. So they were getting they're building up their brand recognition.
Yeah.
And then here we have, what's that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So here we have this song now, and with the way that the music video is being directed, from the structure of the song to also the incorporation of Halsey. You said she's an American artist, right?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with her myself, so like I said, I haven't been paying attention to American pop for a long while. So all of the elements come together to put together this package that is definitely intended for the American market.
Yeah. I mean, because what was it? Idol had Nicki Minaj, or last one, or was that the one before? I don't remember.
That was Idol.
Okay. It was Idol.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, that was Idol.
So, you always see American artists collaborating with BTS quite a bit too.
Yeah, definitely. So. I mean, it's no surprise that BTS is moving towards that market. I mean, with like I said, with how big the American market is, it's just I was expecting them not to transition so quickly, I guess is kind of what it was, because I'm an army myself, and seeing a group transition to a completely different style because the market is bigger is unfortunate, because it seems like they left a piece of them behind.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the usual things we'd expect from them. That's not to say that the video was bad by any means.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I think the music was fine. It's just very Americanized, take it or leave it. I mean,
yeah,
there's not much you can really do with that. I'm sure as well that that BTS in themselves doesn't have much control over that.
I mean, okay. Yeah. I mean, they've also, they've definitely worked hard all of last year, similar to Twice. Both of them worked ridiculously hard last year. So, like if they can obtain like a larger market in the Western market, I'd say go for it. But I mean, I can also see how like people who are very much like into K-pop for the K-popiness would feel a little bit left behind because American pop is such a different feel, such a different vibe.
Right. And I mean, there was a thing of like I think it was like iTunes Hot 100 or something like that. 8 out of the 10 or 7 out of the 10 top songs when Boy With Love album released, 7 out of the 10 songs in iTunes Hot 100 were all just BTS songs.
Yeah, and so we kind of had a bit of a discussion about this too in the chat. Was it a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Where in the American pop scene, we don't really see boy groups anymore. Not like to the extent of back in the 90s.
Right. Yeah. Like we used to have Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. Then we had what was it? One Direction.
98 Degrees. Oh yeah. And then One Direction was like a generation after that. Yeah. So
yeah.
So
in the American market is dry for boy groups because
yes,
in the American market it's much more unprofitable if you're in a group with 6 other people.
Yeah. It's now like more soloist groups.
Yeah, because split the funds, you do all this, but if you just work hard, you can do everything by yourself and you get a larger share of the profits because entertainment company there is not such a thing as entertainment companies here.
Right.
Not to the extent of Korea, I mean.
Right.
Well, that too, and like there's always that one standout member that gets all the attention.
Right.
Always, right? Like so from Beyonce when she was, what was the name of the group again? Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child, yeah.
She got all the attention. Mm-hmm. Like she was the brand for Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
And same with NSYNC. It was Justin Timberlake. Mm-hmm. And you see that as well in K-pop groups, but it's not as lopsided.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually, if it becomes too lopsided, they let the lesser known members produce solos.
Yes,
and that
rebalances
rebalances
try
everything.
To. Exactly, and you don't really see that. So that's just yet another reason that kind of stacks boy groups or girl groups, falling out of favor in the American market.
Right.
And as far as BTS, because of the general lack of boy groups in the American market, I feel like, and again, I don't have any kind of like research to kind of back this up, but my gut feeling is that it's just kind of left an opportunity for BTS. I mean, out of the how many million armies out there, how many of them are in the Western market?
Oh yeah, there's a lot in the Western market.
East, West.
In fact, it wasn't that long ago that in the Korean market, BTS, yes, they were a fairly large, successful group, but they were not as big as some of the other boy groups in Korea. I think it was EXO that was still at the tops
EXO was still dominating at that time. Because I mean, BTS debuted under non-Big Three, since non-Big Threes at that time were seen as
godly,
seen as almost as a defect type of group. You were just labeled under Nugu and no one paid attention to you.
Right.
Yep.
But BTS has really changed that in Korea. A lot of people are starting to look at like where the group comes from. They're starting to look at what the group has to offer in terms of like music and personalities and whatever else.
I feel like it's starting to wind down right now from like how we're talking. Is there anything else that we wanted to say or?
No, I mean at this point, like we were just really. I suppose I just kind of want to wrap this up with, what BTS is doing, what Blackpink is doing. We may be coming upon the time when we can actually start to see K-pop successfully break into the American market.
Right.
After
that would be great.
After what, 12 years of trying now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like the major thing that BTS is going to do is people are going to look at BTS, get into BTS, and be like, okay, if they're Korean, what other Korean groups are out there? Because I might be interested in them. And then they'll delve into the entire void of Korean groups. Because, I mean, when I first got into K-pop, granted, I didn't get into K-pop through BTS. I got in through 21. But when I got into K-pop, I was like, okay, you know, this group is doing really well. Because at the time, they were doing really well in the American market. Because that was like the end of the first Hallyu wave, second Hallyu wave, something like that. But anyway, and so when I got into them, I was like, okay, I'm into this group. What other groups are like them? So I just searched it up, and that started this entire process of how I'm now into a billion groups, and and now we're here and we're into this like Korean
lifestyle
bubble, I guess. I would say it's more of a bubble than a style, because this bubble is very isolated, because you go outside of it and you just it just transforms widely into something else.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So that being said, who wants to take the last word on this episode? How about you, Ara?
Yeah. So let's finish it off with our favorite music videos that were released this week. Bang?
I mean, honestly, the only thing to release this week was what, Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus and Boy With Love.
Yeah, I mean,
well, and
out of those two, I'd have to go with Hocus Pocus.
And Blossom as well.
Yeah.
So.
Jihoon?
So.
Yeah, I'd say the same. But to be honest, I'm still all over I Just Want to Be a Letter.
All right. Nick?
Well, MV of the week for me this week is Hocus Pocus.
Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I had to like think about that one for a minute. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really liked Hocus Pocus, and I probably will be another group that I'm standing. Oh no. It'll probably be another group, and so getting into them early, it's going to be really nice. But song of the week is still currently Really Like You by One.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna chalk it up to 4 for Hocus Pocus and close it out here.
Alright, everybody, thanks for watching this Idle Stand Nation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to stay active with us and know when we release a new video, don't forget to join our Discord. And as always, click that bell so you know when we release new videos on YouTube. Those are the primary ways to contact us. Again, the best ways through Discord, so we can actually talk to you guys, in real time, and get to know a little bit about you guys. Right? We love doing this, and we love meeting our fans. So this is a great way to do that.
Cool. All right. So Idle Stand Nation, signing off. Right.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.